Welcome to the center of the karting universe. The first final this afternoon, Rafa on pole and we race. Antonelli misses the start badly. Watch Joseph try and take the lead, but Andrei Zhivnov is the top Tony kart for Team Komarov. The Russian goes into second place. A disastrous start for Antonelli. Will come out of turn 5 on the first lap in about 7th place if he's lucky. Kamada is gone. Zhivnov up into second place. We go back to Arvid Lindblad behind. The Kart Republic's running 1 and 3. Super start by Andre. Joseph Turney, we were expecting fireworks from the English driver on the opening corner. We got that. He lost out. He's back in 4th. He was briefly in 2nd place. As Zhivnov down the inside, the Russian tries to take the lead away from the Brazilian with an ambitious move that did not pay off. This is the best opportunity to catch Rafa Kamada. Traditionally not the fastest starter in world karting. He does traditionally start with lower tyre pressures, waits for the kart to come on, but he's already in position 1. If they are going to pass the championship favourite, they need to do it now. Antonelli back in 7th place. He comes down the hill just behind Artem Severukin and ahead of the American Ugo Ugachukwu. The second lap of this 21-lap final, and Arvid goes into 2nd place. The Kart Republics run 1-2. The Tony Karts 3 and 4. Joseph, with one almighty send down the inside, takes the Russian. They'll be side by side down the straight. Joseph signals as Carl Lucio goes through and splits the 2 green machines into 2, 3, 4 Cosmic. Kamada, he's gone. We'll see what Lindblad can do in 2nd place. Joseph fired up here this afternoon. The most spectacular driver to watch in world karting. There is no doubt about that. Sometimes it's in the wall and sometimes it's a spectacular win. He's in P3. He wants the latter here this afternoon with Coluccio breathing down his neck. The end of lap 3 coming up. The order is Kamada from Arvid Lindblad. There is Joseph for the Tony Kart Racing team, and right behind is Luigi Coluccio for the Cosmic Racing department. Andrei Zhivnov, the Russian who ambitiously tried to take the lead away from Kamada on the opening lap of the race. He's back in P5. Kamada, position 1 as Ugo sets the fastest lap of the race. There's Coluccio sitting behind Turney. On this, the 4th lap of 21 here. We look at the nose cone of Coluccio, although we've seen that often throughout the week. He goes down the inside. Luigi Coluccio side by side. And he takes Joseph Turney, the Cosmic. Goes up to position 3. But look at the nose cone. On the 2, 3, 4 Cosmic, the same can be said for that of Andrei Zhivnov. Zhivnov takes Turney as well. You know it's a 5-second penalty if it is pushed in due to contact. As Lindblad sets the fastest lap of the race, it does not look good visually. From our images, you are watching us live on WSK.it. Look at the nose cone of Cosmic, the Cosmic of Coluccio. Turney back down the inside and retakes Zhivnov. Lindblad is catching Kamada. This is what he did earlier in the series at La Conca. Rafa Kamada pulled away, and we thought he was gone to repeat his double victories from Adria at the start of the year. But Lindblad has other ideas. He's the fastest driver on track. The race settles down as they start lap 6 of this 21-lap final now. Kamada across the line, Lindblad behind him. The blind goes down, partly on the radiator. The blind on Kamada's Miami-powered Kart Republic. It's Coluccio in P3 fighting understeer this morning. In the pre-final, the rear of the car was hooked up beautifully. He's in P3, he's 1.1 seconds back behind the Londoner Arvid Lindblad, the Red Bull Junior in P2. Here's an opportunity for Arvid, just thinks better of it. Not quite on the rear bumper of Kamada. 204 versus 202 of the Oak Racing team. Here's an opportunity, and Lindblad just sends it beautifully down the inside and takes the top spot. Now the fight is on. We'll check the virtual championship as well. Andrea Antonelli has had a disastrous start. The Italian second in the championship. is back in position 6. We're barely even seeing him on our screen. There he is in the very background, behind Severukin, turning and ahead of Zoloff and Rintaro Sato. Driving well is the Japanese pilot. Position 8 ahead of Ugo Ugochukwu, Tuka Tappinen, and Andrei Zhivnov, after trying to take the lead at the end of the first lap. He's outside the top 10, the virtual championship at the bottom of your screen. Rafa, even in second place, would walk it in. Antonelli in second, and Arvid, who won the WSK Supermaster Series Championship in 2020 in junior, would finish third. Lindblad with the fastest lap now, 46.149, P1 pulling away from Rafa Kamara. There's Coluccio in the background. Stays 1.2 seconds behind Kamara. Severukin, P4, a step off the podium. The rest of the field going through, that was Kuhacic ahead of Badoer, Bertuka, Pashovic, Montanese, Rimicella, Spinner, and the Singaporean in the Sauber, Christian Ho. Three-tenths of a second between Lindblad and Kamara. This is not the script that we predicted would play out this morning when Kamara dominated not only his pre-final, but the heats and qualifying, even free practice earlier on in the week. It's now a good half a second between the two kart republics. The field streamed down the straight. Coluccio provisionally still on the podium. P3, but there is a question mark over the Cosmic Kart, the nose cone at least. I'll avoid the cliches, I'll just tell you, it looks as though it's pushed in. Let's hope for the Italian driver's sake it's not. It's a long way back to Artem Severukin. Here's Joseph P5, Zoloff P6, and Antonelli goes through in 7th place. 201, Andrea Kimi Antonelli for Argenti Motorsport. Rintaro Sato, Tuka Tappinen, and Ugo from New York, USA in position 10. The McLaren junior driver with the McLaren CEO, Zach Brown, watching on live here at the circuit. Great to have Zach here on track. His boy, his young protege, hasn't had the best start to the race. 203, Ugo Ugochukwu, down in position 10, the driver from New York, USA, in the Kart Republic. Here's Coluccio going through, the field spreading out quite unusually for the OK final. There's Kimi going through ahead of Sato, who's got ahead of Tuka Tappinen, Matthias Morgato, Ugo. Timur Kuhacic in the RK car drove superbly in the pre-final this morning, did Kuhacic in the 224 Kubica kart. The pole was threatening a podium position, but that's not the case this afternoon. As we approach half race distance, the order at the bottom of your screen. Lindblad, Kamara, 0.6 of a second. Coluccio, Severukin for the Ward Racing team, the Vortex-powered Tony kart. One step off the podium. The nose cone of the Lindblad's car doesn't exactly look pristine either. A slight indent, that should be okay. And the virtual championship will update that for you in a moment as well. It is Kamara on 388 points to Antonelli on 291. There's the Birrell Arts going through. Matthias Morgato, Ugo, Andrei Zhivnov, Bertuka, Badoer, Montanese, Pashovic, Spina, and Rimicella. And Lucas Malik rounds out the 20. Stay 0.6 of a second between Rafa and David, the Red Bull Junior. His parents, Stefan and Anita, doing everything they possibly can to help their boy's career. Such a well-brought-up, well-educated, well-spoken, intelligent and quick young driver. Here's Arvid Lindblad, living just virtually under the flight path of Heathrow Airport, which in the past year means he's been able to get some decent sleep for the first time in a generation. The Londoner is in P1 and he will finish third in the series as it stands at the moment. Coluccio still in P3. A distance back to Severukin. That was a glimpse of the second of the Cosmic Karts as Sebastian Gravelin fighting with Nathan Sharp and Giovanni Trentin. We have unfortunately lost Christian Ho, Ricardo Gracia, Ivan Dominguez, and Bruno Del Pino. Lindblad, 0.7 of a second now, ahead of Kamara, 46.136. fastest driver on the circuit is the Londoner, who will finish third in the series. Antonelli back in seventh, behind Joseph Turney and Nikola Zoloff. Antonelli will not take the title. He will finish second by some distance. He dominated the Sarno final 1 month ago. Circuito Internazionale Napoli, where we will race the final round of the WSK Euro Series on the 27th of June. The all-new layout at Sarno, but he's got no answer to the 6 drivers in front of him at the moment. Lindblad, Kamara, Coluccio, Severukin, Joseph and Nicola. Good drive in the background will try and pick up Rintaro Sato, the son of the two-time Indianapolis 500 winner Takuma Sato, flying the flag for the Ricky Flynn Motorsport team. Rintaro from the land of the rising sun, up into P8 behind the championship contender Antonelli as Lindblad goes across the line. The gap 0.9 of a second comes down to 0.8. So Kamada takes a 10th out of the English driver. The Red Bull Junior, Kart Republic's 1-2. Coluccio driving as hard as he possibly can in the background. The Cosmic has no answer this afternoon. And we are concerned about the position of the nose cone on Coluccio's 234 Cosmic. Artem Severukin, will he inherit a podium? Joseph behind. There's Antonelli going through. Zoloff throws it sideways down through the chicane. That was Andrei Zhivnov. He's now fallen outside the top 10 for Team Komodov. Position 11. It was worth a try at the end of the first lap, with one big move down the inside to try and take P1 away from the then race leader. Rafa Kamada did not pay off. He's still in the race in 11th place, ahead of Bertuca, Badoea and Matias Morgato. One second now between Arvid Lindblad and Rafa Kamada. Kamada obviously driving for the championship. He will win it by almost 100 points over Antonelli. And the driver from Bologna simply does not have an answer. The former WSK Euro Series champion, Antonelli, won't take the title here this afternoon unless a catastrophe hits Kamada. We can't see that happening. The Oak Racing Team driver, the DM management driver for the Oak Racing Team, who are also competing this weekend down in South America in the Brazil V8-powered Stock Car Championships. There is Kulhachi going down the inside, making the move on Nikola Zoloff. That puts him in position 9 inside the top 10. Not a bad result for Timac, but not what he was expecting after a great run in the pre-final this morning, driving for the former Canadian Formula One Grand Prix winner, Robert Kubica. Timac Kulhacic is, of course, a protege of Robert, who took out the first round of the European Le Mans Series a few weeks ago. Watching on our live coverage with a dzień dobry chest to Robert Kubica. The top pole, his protege, Timac, in P9. There's Coluccio going through. Severukin, Joseph in the background. And Antonelli, the championship, slipping out of the Italian's fingers. Lindblad will finish third in the series as it stands on 255 points. So a great result for the Londoner at the latter half of the series. Kamada driving for the title. Three laps now remaining. The gap was 1 second. Then it went to 1.4. Now it is 1.6. Lindblad, Kamada, the field have spread out. It has been some time since we've had a race in OK like this. Usually it comes down to the final few laps, the final few corners even. There is Bertuca, Morgato going through 12 and 13 in the Pirularts. Eduardo Villa behind James Wharton, ahead of Karanini, Bechichka, Rojon, Sharp, Trentin, Sebgrav, and unfortunately the American Ugo has retired. Two laps remaining for Arvid Lindblad. A perfect drive last time around, a 46.2. So he's dropped off the pace as he controls the race. 1.7 seconds ahead of Kamada, a 46.2 again. Metronomic clockwork from the Londoner, the Red Bull Junior. A huge future ahead of him. He is the WSK Supermasters Series champion in juniors from 2020. He will finish third in the 2021 championship. But Kamada in position 2. So much support down in South America. 4, Menino. And he's in second place. He will take the title by nearly 100 points. And join the likes of Jordan Lennox-Land, Callum Eilert, Enam Ahmed, Max Verstappen, Nicholas Nielsen. More recently, Clement Novalak, Hannes Janka, Dexter Patterson, and the reigning champion, Nikita Bedren, as WSK Supermaster Series champions. Lindblad's on his last lap. 46.2 again last time round. 1.8 seconds back to Kamada. Coluccio still in P3. He races down the hill for the final time. A perfect drive. Slides down into the chicane. 3 corners remaining. The Red Bull Junior from the Queen's, England, has driven brilliantly. Upsets the red-hot title favourite, who will still take out the championship. But the checkered flag goes to the Red Bull Junior from England, 4-Cut Republic. Lindblad takes the victory here this afternoon. Rafa Kamada, the boy from Brazil, Menino do Brasil, is the 2021 WSK Supermasters Series champion. Coluccio crosses the line in position 3. Let's hope, let's pray for the Italian's sake that nose cone is still in place. Severukin 4 and JT home in position 5.